If you feel like you're busy all day, but not actually getting fucking anything done, this is exactly why. I run multiple businesses, my most successful one being a 7-figure fitness coaching company. I manage a huge team. I also create content daily for all these businesses, and I still finish my work early most days. It's not because I work harder than people, it's because I structure my days strategically, completely based around mental demand, not time. Most people organize their day completely wrong. They wake up, they check messages straight away, reply to DMs, they might scroll for a tiny little bit, and then they might do some easy little tasks here and there. And by the time they actually need to do something actually important, their brain is absolutely fried, which then leads to procrastination. They push it off, and ultimately their business stays stuck. I structure my entire day around cognitive load, which is basically how mentally demanding things are. Not how urgent the task feels or how easy the task is, but how much brain power it actually takes. So the first one is the high cognitive tasks. This is where I do the tasks that actually move my business forward. Sales calls, content creation, strategy, or mainly problem solving. So anything that really requires thinking, creativity, and important decision making. So this is the thing that I do first every single day while my brain is naturally sharp. A lot of people will wake up in the morning and not necessarily feel sharp and think that they can't get sharp things done, but it's just you being a little bitch. Get up, get a coffee, do your skincare routine, get some sunlight if the sun is up. I get up every single morning at 4 a.m. so there's no sun, but I still go about my day as if I would get up at 8, and I'm sharp by the time I sit down at my desk. The worst thing you can do is wake up and go straight on your phone, get distracted by something, and try limit the amount of things that can put you into a bad mood or necessarily delay you, which is why I actually just don't check my phone at all. Friends, family members, it doesn't matter, any type of bad news will completely ruin my willpower to fucking live. Number 2 is the medium cognitive tasks. So once I've used my peak energy, I move into the slightly smaller tasks that still actually matter, but they don't necessarily require any type of deep thinking. So in this scenario, it would be filming the content instead of scripting it. It would be reviewing teamwork as opposed to making the teamwork decisions. It would be giving feedback based on work that was completed by the team rather than actually doing the work. And then of course it'd be administration decisions. You still need focus, but it's not really heavy thinking anymore. Number 3 will be the low cognitive tasks, which are just at the end of your day. And this is the mistake that most people make, is they'll do these first thinking that they have high priority. And when they start their day here, they ruin all their brain power. Replying to messages, emails, checking payments, or messaging people that may have bounced, basic administration tasks, and any type of fulfillment whatsoever, like check-ins or anything. All of these things that you can literally do while half asleep. Of course, whilst not being as effective, of course. Like, don't be literally sitting there falling asleep at your desk while doing these things. The reason why people get mixed up is because this stuff feels productive, it feels very urgent, but it doesn't push the business forward. To give you a quick example, let's go over to the Google Calendar. You guys know that I love giving representation, so of course you'd be able to kind of see what I'm looking at. So let's just say, as an example, you get up every single day at 6 a.m, which for anybody that doesn't wake up early and go to sleep early, I would strongly recommend it. So let's just say realistically you're going to bed at like 10. First part of your day should always be taking care of yourself, so like morning routine, realistically speaking. Then your first part of the day is getting into your first really important task block, which realistically you should have the brain power to be able to sit there for realistically 3 hours. We'll just name this first priority. Then I'd recommend taking a break just in between that, which is generally where I would have any type of meals. I would never have any meals before your first priority work block task, because of course if you do consume any carbohydrates, you may run the risk of having some sort of brain fog. Listen, people used to go days without eating, so like I'm sure you can go 3 hours of your first part of your day to just focus on work, because this is what's going to drive the business forward. Take a break for an hour, maybe do some things that you might need to do for yourself. Then of course get into your second work block task, which will be another 3 hours, which of course is your second priority. Then of course go for another break, and this is generally where you consume lunch. I swear that's wise up. Honestly, don't mind my spelling, fucking hell. And then you would go into your final block of the day, which is your third priority. Then at this point you have completed a solid work day. You've got 9 hours of work, which realistically if you have your own business and you're working less than 9 hours, I just think you're really being a bitch at that stage. I think you need to put in 9 hours worth of work into your business. Then at this point you can have your break and of course dinner. And honestly, I would really recommend yourself having some time off before bed. So realistically I would leave this off, realistically speaking, unless here is normally a call block and you've got nothing else to do, then you would do calls, of course. Alternatively, you're probably thinking, where would you put your calls in at this point? I would probably put your calls in towards the third priority block. So this is where I would take calls. I would leave this open on the calendar, and maybe the second half of your second priority block. I would never normally have calls in your first priority block unless you haven't got a lot of first priority tasks to do that day. Then you can leave the calendar open. You will eventually get to a point where in business you don't have a lot of things to do other from front end. Like me, I mean, I don't do a lot of calls, I don't do a lot of work because I have staff members to do it. So ultimately my whole job is just like team management and administration and stuff like that, just getting shit done ultimately and making sure the business is running smooth. So I will have calls pretty much spread out over the entire day just for availability purposes. But yeah, to give you guys some clarity, I would normally have it into the second half of your second priority task list, or your entire third priority. And of course, the evening, if you wish to work in the evening, then you would have that in there too. So here's the rules to follow to make sure that this works. No reactive work in the morning. Checking messages, it doesn't matter from who. No WhatsApp, no Instagram, no TikTok, no even business messages like Slack or anything. Number 2, protect your peak hours. Your life fucking depends on it, because, well, your business life does. Number 3, batch your low value tasks. So don't keep switching in between tasks all day. Make sure all your low volume and low intensity tasks are all together and they all get knocked out of the way in that 1 hour. Number 4, stop confusing busy work with real work. They're not the same thing, because answering fucking messages is not building your business in one tiny bit. So if you're stuck right now, it's probably not because you need more time. It's because you're using your best quality of energy in the wrong things. So if you're an online coach and you want one-to-one help to actually scale your business and just for me to do everything for you, yes, we are very, very hands-on, and I actually just do it all myself. I don't have any staff members in this side of the business, so you'll be dealing one-to-one with me. Then I'll leave a link that you can book a free consult. That's my pitch over. So yeah, but other from that, if you want to keep consuming free content, this video is pretty good, and you can also subscribe to the channel up here. I couldn't care less if you do either of these, but I suppose if you actually want to grow your business, I think it would be a smart enough choice. So that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.